Fosi Audio is well known for compact, nice designed and powerful amplifiers for home audio entertainment. In 2026, they step into car audio with the Fosi Audio CA30, which is a 4-channel amplifier and delivers 100 watts per channel into a 4-ohm load and 160 watts per channel into a 2-ohm load. The build quality is nice. It was a pleasure to get the amp open, to have access to the internal fuses, and putting it back together was easy. Let's have a look at the original box and let's get the amplifier out of it. We have, of course, the amplifier, an adapter for high-level input, 2 wrenches for installation, a nice amount of screws, 2 spare fuses 30 amps each, and of course the user manual. The amp features 2 gain knobs, 2 variable low and high pass filters, adjustable from 50 to 250 Hz, a high-level input and of course RCA inputs. The input sensitivity ranges from 0.75 to 8 volts. There is a LED which indicates power on in blue, and if the amplifier runs into protect, the LED turns red. Good news, during the test the amplifier never went into protection. The amplifier features a clip indicator LED which turns orange if the amplifier runs into clipping. I'm going to do a detailed test of its behavior. The other side of the amplifier has the power connectors for battery plus remote and ground. It was no problem to fit 35 square millimeter wires into the amplifier. There are also 2 fuses 30 amps each inside the amp. On the right there are speaker connectors. For bridged operation you need to use the outer terminals. Can this amp do rated power? Let's find out with the output power tests. I have connected bridge mono 8 ohms to channel 1 and 2 and also 8 ohms mono connected to channel 3 and 4. To have all 4 channels loaded, that means I test the output power into a 4-ohm load per channel, all 4 channels loaded. Continuous power test, 1 kHz into a 4-ohm load per channel. Catch the signal. This is also a Class D amplifier, so I apply an output filter. That's a filtered signal. I got a peak voltage of exactly 58 volts. The amplifier delivers 107.8 watts into a 4-ohm load per channel, all 4 channels driven. How many amps does it pull out of the power supply? 33.9 amps. It stays at 14.5 volts. I calculated an efficiency of 87.7%. Now I'm testing the amplifier for short burst dynamic power, just 1 cycle of a burst with 1 kHz. We have an ugly output signal and we have an output voltage of 59.2 volts. In this case we can call it no dynamic headroom because the amplifier delivers 112.3 watts for just 1 millisecond with an ugly output signal. Continuous power test 50 Hz without the clip LED indicating. And we have a peak voltage of 54 volts. With a 50 Hz input signal, the amplifier delivers 93.4 watts into a 4-ohm load per channel, all 4 channels driven. 50 Hz test into clipping. Now the clip LED is coming in. We get higher voltage in this case. We have 55.6 volts. The amplifier delivers 99.1 watts into a 4-ohm load per channel, all 4 channels driven. Into clipping, the clipping indicator was on. Now I'm going to test the amplifier into a 2-ohm load per channel, all 4 channels driven. That's easy by connecting a 4-ohm mono load bridged mono to the channel 1 and 2 and also a bridged mono load connected to channel 3 and 4. Continuous power test 1 kHz. I catch the signal. We have a peak voltage of 50.4 volts. The amplifier delivers 162.8 watts into a 2-ohm load per channel, all 4 channels driven. 56.5 amps. we have 14.5 volts. I calculated an efficiency of 79.4%. Continuous power test 50 Hz into a 2 load per channel, all 4 channels driven. I got a peak voltage of 48.8 volts. The amplifier delivers 152.7 watts. I try to squeeze out some more dynamic power with just one cycle at 1 kHz. That means output power for 1 millisecond. That looks like a higher voltage. I got 57.2 volts. For just 1 millisecond, the amplifier puts out 209.7 watts into a 2 load per channel, all 4 channels driven. Dynamic power test 1 kHz, 20 cycles. I catch the burst. I go to the last cycle. And I got a peak voltage with the filter applied of 53.2 volts. With 20 cycles, the amplifier delivers 181.4 watts into a 2 load per channel, all 4 channels driven. If it's interesting for you, I'm gonna test the amplifier's output power, continuous power 1 kHz into a 4 ohm load into a single channel. So that means I have only one channel loaded in this test. Continuous power test 1 kHz, a single channel driven. Apply the filter. 31.2 volts, a single channel driven. 124.8 watts, a single channel driven into a 4 ohm load. And now let's check out the behavior of the clip indicator. And the clip LED is right here. So I drive the amplifier. Here we have clipping, bright clipping. Now we check it out. That's the point where the clip LED is off. Let's check out the signal. It looks like a clean sine wave signal. Now we have slight clipped signal. I catch it. And let's have a look at the output signal. Yeah, we have slight amount of clipping here, but not too bad. And now I drive the amplifier into a bright clip LED. Let's check it out. The clip LED is coming. Now it gets bright and I stop signal input and check it out. We have signs of clipping. So in my opinion, the clip indicator works well. The Fosi Audio passed all the tests, and yeah, you can touch it, it's warm, because I tested continuous power into resistive load. A pure resistive load into resistors is the hardest load for an amplifier. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time for another amp dyno test.